Okay, this is Dr. Vince Bellonzi, and I want to talk a little bit more about what I wrote in my book, Health Recklessly Abandoned. And I did an introduction, a couple videos if you want to catch those on the channel. Today I want to talk about real food. It's really the first part of my book. I talk about how food communicates to us through a process called xenohormesis, which is something we'll talk more about. The fact that really your lifestyle does create whether you're healthy or not. And one of the primary things that you have to do is get real food. What most people are eating present day is altered food. It's been adulterated, things have been added to it. It's no longer the original food, the way it came off the farm. Now, if you spend your time in the produce section, if you spend your time consuming food that you can identify, then you're going to benefit from that. It does absolutely make a difference what you choose to eat. If you're going to eat the processed foods, the things in cans and packages, the things that have been altered so they can have a shelf life, so that they can be transported, you're no longer eating food that has the same value as food might have had, say, right off the farm. I'm not saying you have to live on a farm, but maybe you want to consider buying some of the things that you eat from the farmer's market, or going in certain areas of the market and not going in others, because those convenience foods have been altered and the communication is going to be different. You will get a different result. If I eat organic vegetables that have grown locally and seasonally, I'm going to get a communication called xenohormetic effect. Now, xenohormesis by toxicologists has to do with a little bit of something having perhaps a good effect, a larger amount being perhaps even fatal. Arsenic is a good example. A little bit might even be considered a micronutrient by some researchers, but of course too much arsenic can kill us, and we know that. If we're going to consume real food, or if we consume real food, we're eating food that probably doesn't even need a label. It's things we can identify that comes that way in nature. And those things, when I mention organic, unfortunately, they've done studies trying to disprove the fact that organic makes a difference. And what they've done is to perhaps test one or two nutrients, the vitamin A level, the vitamin C level, or something like that in a plant. But the real value of the plants is not just vitamins, minerals, and other things that we call essential nutrients, but it's the phytonutrients. If the plant is grown naturally, it actually produces chemicals different than it will in industrial farming. If you're not growing in sterilized soil, if you're out in the elements as a plant, you're going to be stressed, and those stress hormones, those stress chemicals that the plant makes also stimulate our body to do things. They're almost an early warning system, and I will get a completely different response. I can perhaps get just a few molecules of some of those phytonutrients that will turn on some of the systems that my body needs in order to be healthy, and they won't turn on necessarily if I don't get them. Now, if you can get vegetables, there are ways to stay alive, of course, but especially in America, we have an abundance of vegetables. You can get them around a year, and the thing is, they're such a great package because they contain these phytonutrients. So, and that's just one example. If I'm eating authentic food, if I'm eating the real thing, not packaged, not adulterated, nothing's been done to it, then my body's going to be able to tolerate it better, and I am going to get a different response. So if you want to create a lifestyle that actually allows you to be well and healthy, then you need to give your body the things that are recognized, and then give the right response once they're taken in. Because if your body is too busy fighting things that are not supposed to be in the body, foreign chemicals and objects, if your body's too busy dealing with things that mimic hormones and other substances and other molecules in the body, you're going to create problems that you didn't need to create. So consuming real food really does make a difference. A calorie is not a calorie. It's not broken down that simply. What types of food choices you make will make a difference on whether you're healthy or not. So we're going to talk more about this. Please keep watching for more videos. If you want a better explanation, grab my book, Health Recklessly Abandoned. We'll be talking to you soon. This is Dr. Vince Bellonzi. Stay healthy.